Hello and welcome to Publix Field at Joker Marchant Stadium. We are bringing you Game 1 today and Game 16 overall in the FCSAA JUCO Baseball State Tournament. I'm Chris Valentine. Joining me later is Marshall Watrous. Today's game will feature Palm Beach State versus Miami-Dade. This is an elimination game as both of these teams have 2-1 records. The away team in this game is Palm Beach. The home team is Miami-Dade. Let's take a quick look at the starting lineup for Palm Beach State. Batting first, playing first, number 11, Balin Sparks. Batting second, playing left field, number 3, James Buckley. Batting third, playing shortstop, number 2, Matt Morales. Batting fourth, playing third, number 7, Evan Mork. Batting fifth, playing right, number 1, Derek Schwimmer. Batting sixth, playing center field, number 5, Joendrick Donji. Batting seventh, playing second, number 12, Swinley Lint. Batting eighth, playing catcher, number 33, Benito Varela. And batting ninth, DHing, number 9, Ramon Machado. Pitching for Palm Beach is Jared Johnson. Let's take a quick break to listen to the Star Spangled Banner. We are back here at Public Field at Joker Marchant Stadium. This game between Palm Beach State and Miami-Dade is an elimination game, as I said previously. Joining me now as my color commentator, Marshall Watrous. How you doing today, Marshall?
Doing well, Chris. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, thank you. You excited for this matchup?
I am very excited for this matchup. As you mentioned earlier, this is an elimination game. Both teams with one loss, so whoever loses here will be sent home. So we've had some great baseball so far in this tournament.
We sure have. It's been a wonderful tournament, and it's been a great honor for myself as well as, I assume, you, Andrew on camera, Corey, and Joven, who were here with us earlier in the tournament. And Balin Sparks will lead off for the Panthers. Takes that first pitch for a strike. Start him off 0-1. Sparks is facing Miami-Dade pitcher Eddie DeMorius. 1-1 now as he takes that second pitch.
And for those of you just now joining us, Palm Beach State College is in the green, Miami-Dade College in the white and blue.
And there's a drive into left field. Going back is Penalto. And that's an opening. That is a leadoff home run for Palm Beach State. I was just about to mention that Balin Sparks is the best hitter on the Palm Beach team at .398. He only had one home run coming into this tournament, and he just adds a second. What a way to start off this game. And Palm Beach takes an early 1-0 lead.
Talk about a great way to start a game, especially against such a good Miami-Dade College team. Balin Sparks is really stepping up here for this Panthers team.
Now batting James Buckley. He's the left fielder for Miami-Dade. And Penalto, the left fielder for Miami-Dade, for Miami-Dade. He thought he had a chance at that, but that kept carrying, and he watched that go right over the wall.
Nothing you can do about it, especially as an outfielder.
That pitch in there for a strike. 0-2 to Buckley, quickly down in the count. And there's not much wind right now, so that was all Sparks on that hit. And swung on, hitting the gap between left and center. That'll be a ground rule double. And Palm Beach quickly showing what we haven't really seen in this tournament. Offensive firepower. They've been more of a pitcher-dominating team. They've controlled games with their defense. And now, starting off in the first inning, they have 2 consecutive extra base hits, one of them being a home run. So a runner on second, nobody out for the shortstop, Matt Morales.
And these are dangerous first 4 hitters for the Panthers. I mean, starting off with Sparks and then Buckley, Morales, and then, going all the way to Morick. It's just one after the other after the other.
And Morick, a very good hitter in his own right, .383 on the season. Takes that first pitch on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1 to start him off.
Runner on second. That's James Buckley. Matt Morales looking to follow what his first 2 teammates did and getting some big hits off as he is now down 0-2 in the count.
Down 0-2, man on second. He wants to keep this hot start out to the game going for Palm Beach. Takes that third pitch, on the outside corner. And it is called a ball just off the outside corner. DeMorius in a situation here. He's already given up 1 run. Doesn't want to give another. There's a grounder down the third base line, and it'll go foul. Good hustle there by Morales, making sure that if that ball did bounce into fair territory, he would have been there.
That last pitch by DeMarius, it was clocked at 91 miles per hour.
First time we've seen DeMarius here in this tournament. His coaches must have a lot of faith in him to put him in an elimination game. Takes that pitch inside 2-2. Evens up the count to Morales. Morales has worked the count a little bit towards his favor. And he swings, hits that over to short. And he beats it out. That'll put runners on first and third. No outs. Jose Rojas unable to get there in time, get the throw there in time. And Morales has an infield hit. That's 3 straight hits to start out the game for Palm Beach. That'll bring up Evan Morick.
And that really is a way to start a game off, just having 3 right in a row. Obviously, not good mentally for Eddie Demurius, who's on the mound, but his teammates come out to the mound and meet him and give him a little advice here. So Demurius gets set to pitch again. Up the bat now is number 7, Evan Morick, who we did mention has had a very good regular season as well as a good tournament. He is from Virginia Beach, Virginia, and he now has a fresh count with 0 outs and a runner on first and third. So the pitch coming in from the mound, that'd be called a strike.
Evan Morick, very good hitter for this team. No home runs on the season, but he brought in 23 runs. Only struck out 19 times. And swung on and missed. 0-2 to start him off.
Some words of encouragement from the stands for Palm Beach State.
(0-2) pitch from Demurius to Morick. Swung on, grounded. That'll be to first base. There to make the play over at first was Demurius, but that will score a run quickly. Palm Beach has taken a 2-0 lead in this game. That moved the runner Morales over to second.
And Buckley is home for a run, so a great way to start it off. And Balin Sparks really got this team off to the races. I mean, starting off first at bat for the whole game, and he comes out and hits a home run.
So 1 out, man on second in scoring position. Sorry, Marshall, go ahead.
I was going to say, as we mentioned, just 1 out now, and that was some great hustle by Demurius, who ran over to first base and got the out there.
We've seen some good fielding pitchers. I know that's not something that viewers pay much attention to, as that is blooped over Edgar Martinez. That'll bring in another run. Oh, going to second and safe. Out. Oh, it looked like he got his foot in there in time. Derek Schwimmer made a bid for an extra base hit on that blooper that went over Edgar Martinez's head, and he's called out. It looked to me like he was safe. But it doesn't matter what I think. It matters what the umpire thinks, and he called him out. Either way, another RBI for this Palm Beach team. They have a 3-0 lead over Miami-Dade.
Wow, and they really must have been going hard in batting practice here this morning or whenever they got a chance to. I mean, we didn't have a morning game at 10 a.m. as we usually do, so this is the first game of the day. Started at 1 o'clock, but really the Panthers are coming out swinging.
They sure are. They must have had their Wheaties this morning.
That's right. So no runners on base now. 2 outs still, and Joindrick Donchie is up the bat.
Takes that pitch for a strike. Evens up the count 1-1. Donchie has played well this tournament. He's played extremely good defense. And he pops that ball first base side. That'll go out of play. Down to the count 1-2.
Speaking of defense, I'll go over the Miami-Dade defense really quickly. From outfield, from left to right, we've got Penalto, Ray and Varela coming in from third to first. Martinez, Rojas, Urbaez, and Garabedian. The catcher behind home plate is Mondejar, and on the mound, as we mentioned, is Demarius.
And Donchi just got the barrel of the bat to that. Barely tips it. That'll go back to the net. Still 1-2 as he keeps himself alive. And swung on, hits on Martinez over at third, and he bobbles it. Unable to make the throw. That should go as an E5. And Donchi is on base. Yet another Palm Beach Panther on base, and it will go as an E5.
Wow. So they stay alive here as that error got Donchi on base.
That'll bring up second baseman Swinley Lint. Lint, not the best hitter, but he seems to be one of the leaders on this team. Very good defensively. Showed good communication skills. Throw back over to first. Nothing doing. Donchi back in easily. Swung on, foul tip back to the netting. First pitch strike in the column.
That pitch clocked in at 89 miles per hour for Demarius. Demarius, a sophomore on this team. He tries to pick off Donchi at first. However, he's unsuccessful in doing so. So still an 0-1 count here.
A weird move over by Donchi. He didn't slide, and he almost fell off the bag trying to stop. Barely able to keep his foot on. Pitch called on the outside corner for a strike. 0-2 to Lint. And like we were saying, I believe yesterday with Scott Jameson. What a name, Swinley Lint. There's been a lot of major league quality names in this tournament. Another pickoff move over to first. Back in time was Donchi.
One name that really sticks out to me has got to be Jagger McCoy.
I knew you were going to say that.
It just sounds like he's already in the big leagues already. Jagger McCoy.
Donchi off with the pitch. Fouled back into the stands. He'll have to go back.
Another game we covered from this year was when we covered one of St. Petersburg College games. They've got a player named Diamond Johnson.
Diamond Johnson. That's a major league.
That's a major league name right there. Diamond Johnson.
And takes that pitch outside, 1-2. Shout out to all the moms who have had some very creative name choices.
Any others that really stick out to you, Chris?
Oh, there's been a few. Well, Edgar Martinez was already a major league player. And Donchi off with the pitch again, fouled back. And he's Edgar Martinez playing third for Miami-Dade right now. 1-2 the count. I like Troy Bacon. And I'm sure everybody in the audience can assume why I like Troy Bacon.
Because he's sizzling?
Yeah, I made that pun earlier, and it was just as bad as when you said it now.
So 1-2 count still.
Swung on, fouled to the right field side, way out of play. Lint doing a very good job at working the count, keeping himself alive.
Lint, a freshman on this team, he's listed at 6'1", 180.
Off with the pitch one more time. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Tagging Lint out was Mondejar, and that will end the inning. But not before Palm Beach could put up a three-piece on Miami-Dade. We'll be right back in the bottom half of the first. Miami-Dade looks to get a couple of those runs back. We'll be right back. We're back here in the bottom half of the first inning. Leading off for Miami-Dade is the second baseman, Jackie Baez. He has worked a 2-1 count so far. Pitching for Palm Beach, number 22, Jared Johnson. First time we've seen him as well today. And there's a shot into left field. On to make the catch was James Buckley. That'll be the first out of the inning for Miami-Dade. Marshall, why don't we take a look at the defense for the Panthers?
In the outfield from left to right, we've got Buckley, who just made that catch. Donchi Schwimmer from third base over to first. We've got Merrick, Morales, Lint, and Sparks. And behind home plate, we've got Varela.
Ramon Varela takes that pitch for a strike on the outside corner. He will bat second in the lineup for the Sharks. 0-1, 2 home, no men on base, 1 out. Takes that pitch inside corner for a strike. 0-2.
So not to get confused, we do have two Varelas. The one on Miami-Dade is Ramon Varela. The one on Palm Beach State is Benito Varela.
Ramon playing right field, Benito playing catcher. They meet there over at the plate. Outside and high, 1-2 to Ramon Varela.
That last pitch from Jared Johnson was clocking at 90 miles per hour. He's bringing the heat with his 6'4", 180-pound frame from the mound.
1-2 pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. First strikeout of the game for Jared Johnson. That'll make it 2 away. And let's take a quick look at the lineup for Miami-Dade. Batting first, playing second, Jackie Baez. Batting second, playing right field, Ramon Varela. Batting third, playing center, Brian Ray. Batting fourth, playing first, Christian Garabedian. Batting fifth, playing catcher, Danny Mondejar. Batting sixth, playing shortstop, Jose Rojas. Batting seventh, playing left field, Ronnie Pinalto. Batting eighth, DHing Bruce Martin. And batting ninth, playing third, Edgar Martinez. Swung and a miss, 1-0-2 count to Brian Ray, his first time at bat. And takes that pitch low, 1-2. Brian Ray, the highest average hitter on this Miami-Dade team, batting .408. He's earned his spot in the 3-hole. And swung and a miss. Strike 3. 2 strikeouts to start out the game for Jared Johnson. He gets out of that inning 1-2-3. We'll head to the top half of the second. We'll be right back. We're back here in the top half of the second inning, leading off for Palm Beach, the catcher, Benito Varela. He comes into this game batting .293 for the regular season. Takes a big cut of that first pitch. He's down on the count now, 0-1.
So I'm curious if Benito and Ramon Varela are related. I mean, Ramon playing on the Miami-Dade team, and Benito is from St. Brennan's High School in Miami. So there could be relation there, both two very good baseball players.
I remember earlier we talked, early in the tournament we talked about that. And I said that we would try to find out, and I had completely forgot. I apologize to our audience. There's a fly ball. It'll stay. Will it stay in? No, just past the netting, into the netting, and landing back on the field. Unlucky break for Christian Garabedian. He was there trying to make the catch. He would have made it had it not hit the net. Likely would have made it. Speculation. 1-2 count now to Benito Varela. And swung on a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout of the game for Demorius. That'll be the first out of the inning. Batting now the DH in the 9-hole, Ramon Machado. We don't see the DH in the 9-hole that often. Usually the DH is one of your better hitters for average or better hitters for power. Ramon Machado batting a not too shabby .291. Swings, fouls that ball right-hand side past first base.
And as we talk about siblings, we already did have one set for Polk State College. We had the Torek brothers, Chad and Justin. However, Polk State got eliminated right away.
Yeah, they were one of the favorites in this tournament. They were ranked top 10 nationally. And they were out on day 3.
And they had a number 2 seed in this tournament. They just not the best of luck. They were Suncoast Conference champions, however, just no luck here in the tournament.
0-2 count now to Machado. And he swings, fouls at third base side. It'll go out of play. Good job keeping himself alive on that pitch. Got to swing at anything close. Demorius way ahead in this count. Oh, and that one went over his head. Good thing Machado isn't very tall, only coming in at 5'6". If he were about 5'9", 5'10", I probably would have hit him on the head. And swung on a miss. Strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning. Third overall in the game for Demorius. And that'll be 2 outs here. That'll bring up Balin Sparks. And I don't think we have to tell you that he hit a home run in his first at-bat, but I'm going to do it anyway. He did hit a home run in his first at-bat. Good way to start off.
Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome. I'm here for the audience.
So Balin Sparks looking to do the same thing again as the catcher goes out to meet Demorius on the mound to talk game plan for how they're going to pitch against Balin Sparks.
Not like they did last time. That's my advice. As he takes that pitch on the outside part. Called a ball, 1-0.
That pitch from Demorius on the mound coming in at 92 miles per hour.
Swung on, fouled back. That'll go over the roof and into the parking lot. Hopefully not hitting any cars. 1-1. Or people. Or people that are not seeing what we're seeing right now. Grounded over to second. There's Baez, and he makes a very good play, sliding over to his left-hand side. That'll be the third out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no men left on base for Palm Beach. We'll be right back in the bottom half of the second. We are back here in the bottom half of the second inning, leading off for Miami-Dade. The first baseman, Christian Garabedian, batted .383 on the season. He's played well in this tournament.
So Garabedian, the lefty batter, trying to make something happen, get on the board here for Miami-Dade.
There's a grounder over to third. On to make the play was Evan Morick, and he gets that ball there in time very quick.
And how about Palm Beach State College? They really came to play at bat and on defense out here. I mean, 3-0 right now. Danny Mondejar up the bat now. He's the catcher for this team. Very talented player, as that first pitch is called a strike.
That was a good curveball in the outside corner by Johnson.
That last pitch clocked in at 70 miles per hour. Johnson's really been changing the speeds of the ball. That one at 72, he's been throwing low 90s as well.
Tried to take that curveball in, brought it too far in. There's a fastball in. Now it counts 2-1.
As we mentioned, that last pitch at 90 miles per hour.
Danny Mondejar, very productive at the plate. He brought in 48 RBIs. Led his team in that category. He's got a 2-1 count, 1 out, nobody on. Takes that pitch low. 3-1 now to Mondejar.
We'll see if Mondejar swings on this one, if he gets the right pitch coming in. 1 ball away from getting a free base.
And there's a drive to center field. Donchi trying to get under it. Able to make the diving grab out there in center field. I mentioned Donchi's defense earlier in this broadcast, and he proved me right.
Here's a replay of that great grab there by Donchi to get the second out. Talk about an athletic move and laying out for a ball. He deserves that one.
Playing in the outfield, you got to be willing to sacrifice the body, whether it be diving, running into a wall. As Rojas swings and misses at that first pitch, 0-1, and he showed that he was willing to do that.
That's right, and it's funny, you were just mentioning Donchi's defense at the bottom of the first, complimenting, and that shows it right there, speaks for itself.
1-1 count now to Rojas. Swung on. Over to short. Matt Morales able to make the throw. That'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Sharks. They've been sat down in order so far this game. We'll head to the top half of the third inning. Palm Beach still leads 3-0. We are back here in the top half of the third inning. Palm Beach leads 3-0 over Miami-Dade College. Leading off for Palm Beach in this half inning, the left fielder, James Buckley. He had a ground rule double into left center in his first at bat. He was later brought in for the second run of the game. And he's got the count in his favor, 2-0.
Demarius' last two pitches clocked in at 90 and 84 miles per hour as James Buckley has a 2-0 count, no runners on base, 0 outs.
And swung on, popped up. That'll go out of play. Third base side. That hits the top of the roof. Big thud yet again. 2-1 count to Buckley. And he takes that pitch outside, 3-1 now. And swung on, popped up, left field. That'll be on the catch, Penalto. First out of the inning for Palm Beach. That'll bring up Matt Morales. He had an infield hit to short in his first at bat.
Following this game, we've got a great matchup with undefeated Chipola College going up against Santa Fe College from Gainesville.
There's a grounder over to first. Garabedian makes the play. 2 outs now. And you mentioned that game. Chipola is undefeated so far. And Santa Fe has 1 loss. So if Chipola wins, Santa Fe is out of the tournament. And they'll play the winner of this game in the championship game. But if Santa Fe wins, Chipola is not eliminated. Chipola has clinched a spot in the championship game. That pitch taken on the outside corner, 0-1 to Evan Morick. It's a very confusing tournament.
You really can't count out Santa Fe at all. Last year, they played Chipola twice, and they lost the first one. However, they beat them in the championship, which sent them to the World Series.
Over in Grand Junction, Colorado. That pitch high, 1-2 to Morick. Morick, in his first at bat, sacrificed himself for the greater good, brought in a run. Made it 2-0. There's a grounder past third, foul. Still 1-2. After that very good first inning by Palm Beach, Demarius has seemed to settle in quite a bit. He's retired the last 6 batters. And possibly 7. Can he get there in time? Bad throw. Takes Garabedian off the bag. That was a good stop by Demarius, giving himself a chance at that play. That was grounded right back at him. But Morick is safe at first. I think he's okay. I think it hit his glove first.
There's a replay of Demarius. Might have been a little rattled after that ball came straight to him. Wasn't able to make the accurate throw to first. However, we're going to have a large crowd of people come out on the mound and check out the pitcher.
They're scoring that as an infield single. Not an error by Demarius. Really, that was a very tough play to make, and he gave it a really good effort. Came up a little short. 5 hits on the day for Palm Beach. Demarius throwing a couple pitches to prove that he's good. Prove that he can stay in this game. That was a good warm-up pitch. Sounded good. He's got 3 strikeouts on the day. They're going to leave him in.
Talk about Demarius really stepping up. A sophomore for this team, doesn't want this to be his last game for Miami-Dade College. I mean, it's a state tournament, so a great job by the sophomore, toughing it out and coming out to try and finish strong.
And Demorius, one of the best pitchers that we've seen in the state this year. He had 7 wins, 3 losses, and an ERA of 1.06.
Wow.
Excellent. Excellent job this season by Demorius. He was roughed up a little bit in this first inning, but I expect him to settle down. And he has so far. 2-0 pitch, 2-0 count to Schwimmer.
A lot of baseball left to be played. So don't count out Miami-Dade College at all.
And we've seen how powerful that offense is for Miami-Dade. They batted as a team 345. Scored 355 runs in 50 games. It's about 7 runs per game. That'll usually win you ball games. That pitch in there for a strike. 3-1 to Schwimmer. Schwimmer was tagged out at second, trying to turn a single into a double. And he draws the walk. That'll put runners on first and second for Joendrick Donchi.
And Donchi at bat who had that phenomenal diving catch in the bottom of the second.
Very good play. Donchi reached on the error by Edgar Martinez in the first. Stranded in the very next at bat by the strikeout of Swinley Lint. Takes that pitch on the low part of the zone for a strike. 0-1 to start off Donchi. And he taps that ball foul. Lands on the roof. It'll go into the parking lot. 0-2 now.
Donchi with a .297 batting average. He's got an 0-2 count now.
Swung on, fouled into the ground and into the umpire's mask. Seems to be okay. No break taken. 0-2 to Donchi. Demorius trying to get out of this inning. 1 pitch away. Outside, 1-2. Good stop by Mondejar, not letting that get past him. And that pitch in the dirt as well. Another good block by Danny Mondejar. Mondejar, one of the better catchers in this tournament.
That's right. If he wouldn't have saved that last one, could have a potential couple stolen bases as we have runners on first and second still.
That pitch fouled back to the right.
Donchi staying alive with all these foul balls. Still at 2-2. Demorius really bringing the heat. That last one clocked in at 90 miles per hour.
And that pitch in. Joendrick went to take a swing, but he stopped himself in time. Able to keep his hands out of the way with that ball. 3-2 now, full count. Runners are off with a pitch. That's taken for a ball. That'll load the bases and bring up Swinley Lint.
Lint looking to get his first home run of the year here with bases loaded. That would score the Panthers 4 runs as they still are ahead 3-0. So Lent with the fresh count. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Lent fouls that ball back to his dugout.
Oh, 1 to Lent. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Palm Beach looking to extend their lead. Lent takes that pitch on outside. 1-1 to even it up. And that pitch in the dirt gets past Mondejar. And that brings in Morick. That'll bring the 4th run of the game home. Both runners advance. 2nd and 3rd now 2 outs. 2-1 count to Lent.
Great job by the Panthers taking advantage of that ball Mondejar wasn't able to hold on to. So they get their first run of the top of the 3rd.
Danny Price walks out to the mound. Nobody in the bullpen, so we won't see a change. Just looking to calm the nerves of his pitcher. DeMaurice in a very unusual spot for him. Giving up 4 runs. Like we said, he had a 1.06 ERA during the regular season. Danny Price jogs back to the dugout. The Sharks jog back out to their positions. It looks like we're about set to play again. Two-one pitch taken outside. 3-1. Lent has worked this count. And he takes that pitch for a ball high. That loads the bases once again.
We'd like to give a special thank you to all of our viewers watching online, as well as some information. The Varellas are not related on both teams.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. Benito Varela coming out, takes that first pitch in the dirt. Ball 1. Big cut and a pickoff move over to first, and he's out. Wonderful play by Danny Mondejar to get his team out of this inning. See if we can't take a look at that. That was an excellent play at first. And Kyle Forbes, the head coach for Palm Beach, is not happy. He's yelling in the face of first base umpire Mo Moog. But either way, that will end the inning. Palm Beach able to get 1 run in. We'll be right back in the bottom half of the 3rd. Palm Beach leads 4-0. We're back here in the bottom half of the third inning. Palm Beach leads Miami-Dade 4-0. First pitch taken for a strike by Ronnie Penalto. Second pitch also taken for a strike, 0-2. Penalto, we've seen switch from left in DH, and he takes 3 straight strikes. And he'll sit down on that 69-mile-an-hour curveball. What a change of speed from 90 earlier in the at-bat.
Great pitch from Jared Johnson. He's from Lake Worth, graduate of Leonard High School. And now up to bat, it's number 12, Bruce Martin. Martin takes that first pitch. That'll be a ball. No swing on it. 1-0 count here for Martin. 1 out. And again, another ball.
And I mentioned we've seen Ronnie Penalto switch from left in DH throughout this tournament. Bruce Martin is the guy he switched it with. Bruce Martin DH'd in the first game for Miami-Dade. And I believe in the second game. And then Penalto DH'd these past 2 games. Well, Bruce Martin got the call on the field. 2-2 count to Bruce Martin. Nobody on, 1 out.
Bruce Martin with a .318 batting average on the year and a big swing and a miss, so another strikeout there.
That's 4 on the day for Jared Johnson. Edgar Martinez, the third baseman, will come off the bat. Takes that first pitch low and in for a ball. Swung on, popped up. Looks like that will go out of play. It will. 1-1 now to Edgar Martinez. Martinez batting .373 on the year. One of 8 players for Miami-Dade batting over .300. Takes that pitch for a strike. 1-2. Jared Johnson looking to sit down the third batter in a row. Strike out the side. That pitch was way in. Martinez turned on that quick, fouled it straight into the tunnel in the left field stands. 1-2 pitch coming to Martinez. Swung on, fouled. Bounced on the plate and hit Martinez. It was a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. After an off-speed pitch that was in. And the off-speed pitch hit in the hole between second and third. I apologize. Short and third. That's the first base hit of the day for Miami-Dade. They have their first runner on. Comes with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. That'll bring up Jackie Baez, the second baseman. Man on first, 2 outs. Taking inside for a strike. 0-1 to start off for Baez. Good fastball. Barely caught the corner. Curveball called a strike on the inner half. Went from 90 miles an hour to 70. Frozer Baez on that.
That's really confusing as a batter where you have such a big change in speeds Going from 90 to 70. Getting as high as 92, as low as 69 we've seen.
That pitch fouled back. Keeping himself alive is Urbaez.
Urbaez, the second baseman. In the hole, 0-2.
Oh, 2 pitch to Urbaez. Swung on. That's a base hit to right field. That'll move Martinez over to second, and that's 2 straight hits by the Miami-Dade offense. That'll bring up Ramon Varela. He struck out in his first at bat. This game has paused as Cal Forbes goes out, talks to Jared Johnson on the mound. We'll be right back. We're back after that conversation on the mound between Kyle Forbes and Jared Johnson. Ramon Varela takes that first pitch on the inside corner for a strike. 0-1 to start him off. Men on first and second, 2 outs. Trying to get something going on this offense for Miami-Dade. And a curveball high. 1-1. Steps off in the direction of second base. Martinez wasn't really doing much. 1-1 pitch to Varela, in time called by the umpire. Umpires tend to do that when the pitcher is set for a little bit too long, as the batter gets uncomfortable in his stance. 1-1. And that pitch taken for a ball. That was in the dirt. 2-1 now.
So this Miami-Dade college team, 50 games on the year. They've got a 34-16 record.
That pitch inside, 3-1.
As Chris mentioned earlier, they've averaged as a team 345 batting average. Very impressive. We've only seen a few others with higher than that, including Santa Fe and Chipola. They're going to be played after this.
And that's a strike. That'll work the count full to Varela. Full count, men on first and second, 2 outs. Runners off for the pitch, and ball 4 called. Jared Johnson walks, the bases loaded. That will bring up the best hitter on this Miami-Dade team, Brian Ray, at 408. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Brian Ray trying to do something for his team. He's got 6 home runs on the year, 37 RBIs. And there's a big hit into left field, but that'll go foul. Stays in the stands. 0-1 to start off Ray. Brian Ray turned on that off-speed pitch. Just a little bit too early on it. There's a hit into right field. Going back is Varela. Excuse me, not Varela. That was Schwimmer, and he makes the catch. That'll end the inning and the threat by Miami-Dade. That's the best chance at a run we've seen Miami-Dade have all game. They can't get anything out of it. They still trail 4-0. We're back here in the top half of the 4th inning. Miami-Dade in the last half inning threatened, but no score for them. They trail still 4-0. Benito Varela, who was at bat when Swinley Lint was picked off over at first, will come up to bat. Takes that first pitch for a ball. 1-0. Miami-Dade left 3 men on base to end that inning. Bases were loaded. That pitch outside and high. 2-0 now to Varela.
Varela is tied for first for home runs on this team with 4 on the season. Buckley and Morales also with 4.
And there's another line drive over to Demorius there to make the play. Is Urbaez. Good defensive positioning by Urbaez. That'll be the first out.
And Demarius again with another close call. He got hit by a ball earlier. However, he was fine. So now that's Roman Machado up the bat. He's got an 0-1 count now to start off after fouling that last ball to the right.
That pitch fouled off. 0-2 now.
And so far, not many serious injuries of this tournament so far, but we would like to say a special thank you to the athletic trainers. They really do work hard to get these players ready for their game. It's such a busy schedule here at the tournament. As a nice ball to center field.
And did he make that catch? He did. That was a wonderful catch coming in, diving forward by Brian Ray. That's the second amazing play we've seen by a center fielder in this game, the other being Joe Andrigdanchi. That's an entertaining second out in this inning.
So we take a look at a replay at that. That was something else there. Ray stayed down for a minute. Thought he was hurt as his hat and his sunglasses completely separated from him.
I just think he needed a second.
Talk about a great play being made. Those center fielders between Ray and Donchi are really, really putting on a show.
Both of them willing to give up the body. That pitch taken on the outside corner. 0-1 to Balin Sparks. He's 1 for 2. He grounded out, and he hit that home run. That pitch inside. 1-1. And that good curveball. Excuse me, good fastball in the lower part of the zone. 1-2 now to Sparks.
This is Sparks' third at bat, his first of the game. He cranked off a huge home run as he hits a hit right over there to the shortstop.
Jose Rojas there. That will end the inning. 1, 2, 3. Go the Panthers. Will head to the bottom half of the fourth. Miami-Dade will look to cut into Palm Beach's lead. We're back here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Miami-Dade trails 4-0. Off the bat for the Sharks, the first baseman Christian Garabedian. 0 for 1 on the day.
And Garabedian with the second highest batting average on this team. He's at 383.
There's a shot into right center. That's going to die out there. And on to make the catch was Schwimmer. Jared Johnson has pitched well. I mentioned earlier that Palm Beach has dominated games with their pitching and their defense, and they've shown it with a couple of really good plays and good pitching by Jared Johnson. Jared Johnson had a pretty good year. Went 5-3, 62 in a third innings, 3.75 ERA. Sparks goes over to talk to Johnson on the mound. Danny Mondejar digs in. He's ready. Comes on, 1 out. No man on. Takes that first pitch. Outside, ball 1. And a good curveball there by Jared Johnson, clocking in at 71. far cry from 90. That's how you dominate games. There's another good pitch. That looked like a slider. Now he's ahead in the count 1-2. That's how you dominate games. Change eye level, mix speeds, change your pitches every time. And a ground ball right to Jared Johnson, able to make the good play. And that was another curveball. He's been getting ground balls and swings and misses from that curveball, so he's going to stay with it. That'll be 2 outs in this inning. Jose Rojas comes on the shortstop. Another good inning by Jared Johnson. He put himself into a jam by allowing 2 hits and a walk, loading the bases in the previous inning, but he got out of it without allowing anything. There's a hard hit ball. Left field line. That could be 2 for Rojas. And no, he'll stay at second. And a bad throw. And they'll have a chance. And out at second. Good play. Backing up the throw. That was Balin Sparks, the first baseman. It got past the shortstop and second baseman, Morales and Lint. And Sparks ran over from first. Backed up that throw. Threw it over to Morales. And Morales tagged out Rojas. 1, 2, 3. Go the Sharks. We'll be right back in the top half of the 5th. We're back here in the top half of the 5th inning. Leading off for Palm Beach, the left fielder, James Buckley. He's grounded. He had a ground rule double, and he flew out to left in his previous 2 at-bats. Takes that first pitch for a ball inside, 1-0. And a reminder, this is an elimination game, so winner moves on, loser heads back to their respective college. 1-1 the count now to Buckley.
Following this game, we have Game 17 of the tournament. It'll be number 1 seed Chipola College going up against number 3 Santa Fe College.
Swung on foul. Keeping himself alive is Buckley. 1-2 still. Chipola has run-ruled the last two teams that they've played. There's a grounder over to first. Garabedian signals over to Demarius. He'll take it himself.
And Garabedian, as he gets that ball, he signals over to his pitcher, Demarius, telling him he got it himself. Walks over and gets a tag out at first.
Matt Morales comes on. 1 out. No men on base. Palm Beach knows that this lead that they have, 4 runs, is not safe with this Miami-Dade lineup. Miami-Dade has been explosive in this tournament. Swing and a miss of that. 1-1 to Morales. So they're going to keep their foot on the gas. They're going to try to keep scoring runs. They're not going to take innings off, take at bats off. They have to keep going. That pitch fouled back. 1-2 now to Morales. And this roof here at Publix Field at Joker Marchant Stadium, it takes a beating. I'd say there's a good 30 balls that hit it every game. This is game 17. And who knows how many games the Detroit Flying Tigers have, the Lakeland Flying Tigers have played in this stadium.
And as soon as you mentioned that last foul ball hit the roof as well. So it is a big question. I do wonder how much they have to replace the roof after so many foul balls go
or at
up
least
there.
Take out the dents, because it is a metal roof. And called strike 3 on the outside corner. Morales will go sit down back on the bench. First strikeout of the game for Morales. That'll bring up Evan Morick. He'll come on with 2 outs. And it's a warm one out here. We've had pretty cool weather throughout this tournament. Right now, temperature coming in at 87. High of 93 on the day. There's a line drive over to short. There to make the catch was Rojas. That will end the inning. 1-2-3 go the Panthers. We'll be right back in the bottom half of the 5th. Miami still trails 4-0. We're back here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Leading off for Miami-Dade, the left fielder, Ronnie Penalto. Takes that first pitch on the outside corner. Good curveball. That's a strike. 0-1 to start off Penalto. Jared Johnson has really utilized that curveball to his advantage. He's thrown it quite a few times, and there's a fastball that just misses at 90 miles an hour. 1-1. Off speed pitch there. 77-mile-an-hour changeup. 1-2. And a big difference between his fastball and his off-speed pitches. His fastball coming in at around 90. Off-speed pitches, the changeup, and his slider coming around 77. Curveball comes in at 70. We saw it at 69.
That's right. We have really seen his pitches fluctuate as we now have a 3-2 count here for Penalto.
He's pitched well. He's pitched really well. He's controlled counts. He's got ahead early. He's been able to throw the pitches that he wants, get the swings and misses that he needs.
It's always such a tough call for a coach to decide who he wants pitching which game because we have seen so much talent. I know we've said it 100 times, but we've seen so much talent on both of these teams, and it really has got to be tough for a team.
And a reminder, a lot of these players are moving on to either D1, D2 programs. Some of them are, quite a few of them, are going to be drafted in this upcoming MLB Amateur Players Draft. That's the advantage of going the JUCO route as Penalto swings and misses of that. That's the second strikeout of the game. He's 0 for 2. The JUCO rules, you are allowed to be drafted right after that second year instead of having to go to a 4-year college. So that's why JUCO has become more and more popular because you're allowed to be drafted after that second year. There's a fly ball, foul, right side.
And Chris, as we talk about pitchers, we've really talked about Santa Fe's pitching crew. They've got so many talented players. Some of them have already showcased their skills today, and they're going against, obviously, undefeated Chipola. If they lose here, if Santa Fe loses, Santa Fe goes home. Do you think Santa Fe will have any shot of putting in Troy Bacon or Gurgis again?
I definitely think that. Troy Bacon, he's been a relief pitcher most of the year, but Johnny Wiggs, the coach over there at Santa Fe, has, as we talked to Scott Jameson yesterday, he told me that Johnny Wiggs has put in Bacon for 2 or 3 innings towards the end of the season, so he's been used to having those long relief appearances. I'm excited to see who Santa Fe tries to put on the mound against Chipola, because Chipola's offense has been powerful. They've 10-run ruled Miami-Dade, who you're seeing right now. There's a fly ball, shallow right. That will be Lint making the catch. 2 outs now. And they 10-run ruled, I believe it was Palm Beach yesterday.
And at that point in time, both of those teams were undefeated. These two teams here playing, their only losses are from Chipola, and it's just they've by far been the most dominant team here at this tournament. But anything can happen. As we mentioned last year, Santa Fe beat Chipola in the championship last year to go to the World Series.
2 outs now. Edgar Martinez up at bat. That pitch called a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Got another really good curveball. 72 miles an hour there, 0-2. That froze Martinez. Look for Johnson to bring the heater up. Swung on, fouled back. No, he brought another curveball. Like I said earlier, he loves that curveball. It's worked out extremely well for him. Oh, 2 count. And there's a called strike, 92. That's the fastest that we've seen from Johnson so far. That will end the inning. He strikes out 2. No runs, no hits, no men left on base for Miami. We'll be right back in the top half of the 6th inning. Score still 4-0. We're back here in the top half of the 6th inning, leading off for Palm Beach, the right fielder, Derek Schwimmer. Schwimmer is 1 for 1 on the day with a walk. And he's 2 for 2 on the day now. Taps that into left field. He takes a big turn around first. But he stays. Gets that hit into left field. Start off this inning for Palm Beach. Joandre Donchi comes up. He hasn't registered an at-bat. He's had 2 plate appearances, 1 walk, and 1 reach on an error. Edgar Martinez playing about 3 or 4 feet up in the grass. He moves forward as Joandre Donchi looks to lay down a bunt. Takes that first pitch for a strike, 0-1. Donchi with his speed, he's always a threat to bunt, especially with a man on. We've seen that a lot here in this tournament. Not a style of play that you see in the major league level that much anymore, or really in the D1 level. But a lot of these teams playing small ball. Once they get a man on, they're not afraid to sacrifice an out to get that runner in the scoring position because they know that deep in their lineup, they still have good hitters. 1-1 to Donchi. He lays that bunt down. That will move the runner over to second. Oh, and a big collision over at first. Donchi seems to be okay, but Jackie Urbaez, he spun in the air on that. He's still down. Danny Price will go out to look at him. As we take another look, big collision over there at first that spun around Urbaez. We'll take a break real quick. Hopefully Urbaez isn't seriously hurt. Hopefully he can stay in the game. We're back here after that brief injury timeout. Urbaez is still in the game for Miami-Dade, showing his toughness. That was a violent collision over there. We're glad both players are okay.
And Urbaez got the out, so that makes it feel a little bit better. I know that was a big collision there.
There's a meeting over at the mound. Danny Price. Go talk to his pitcher, Eddie Demarius. It's going to be Swinley Lint at the plate. He's going to have a man on second, 1 out.
Danny Price, a very experienced coach here. He played at Florida International University, and he actually coached there for 27 years. The most winning coach in the history of Florida International University in history. That's with 1,086 wins.
Danny Price, a very good coach in his own right. He's brought a very good Miami-Dade team to this tournament. Put them in a position to make it to the championship game if they play their cards right. They need to score a few runs here. Swinley Lint digs in. Takes that first pitch in the dirt, 1-0. And I'm actually surprised to see Urbai is still in the game. That was a very, very big collision. We're glad he's okay. He's been a good player for this team. There's a hit in deep right center field. Back to make the catch was Varela. And moving to second was Schwimmer. Or moving to third, advancing to third from second was Schwimmer. There will be a runner on third now. Benito Varela will come up to bat. Varela is 0 for 2 on the day. Comes on 2 outs, man on third. Palm Beach trying to extend their lead, and they will. Base hit into left field for Varela. He gets his first hit of the ball game, and he brings in another run for Palm Beach.
And a great job by Varela getting the man home, getting to first base, even with 2 outs there.
Still no action in either bullpen, even though Demorius has given up 5 runs now, along with 7 hits.
So up to bat now is number 9, Roman Machado.
Ramon Machado playing DH. That pitch clocked at 80 miles an hour in the dirt. I guess they called that a strike. I didn't see him. 0-2 now. I guess he wasn't able to hold up his swing. 0-2 now to Machado. Runner on first. That pitch in the dirt. 1-2. Palm Beach still trying to extend their lead. They have so far in this inning. That pitch in the dirt hits the mask of Mondejar, and Varela will make it over to second without a throw. That bounced up and hit the face mask of Danny Mondejar. Bounced away from him. About 5 or 6 feet down the line. Mondejar will go out to talk to his pitcher. 2-2 count to Ramon Machado. Now there's a man in scoring position. One pitch will get him out of the inning, but another pitch could become a hit and an RBI single or anything bigger than that. And there's a drive into deep left field. Going back is Penalto, and he doesn't make the catch. That'll be an E7. And that will score Varela all the way from first. Varela doing a good job running with that hit. He knew that there were 2 outs and he's got to run on contact. And I don't know what Kyle Forbes is going out to talk about. That was clearly a drop ball. He's calling for interference at first base. It did look like Machado was going a little slow rounding first. But he's still there at second. Either way, he would have been granted second base. So I don't really know what the argument was. But nevertheless, runner at second, 2 outs. Balin Sparks comes up. That was a bad error out in left field by Penalto, able to keep this inning alive for Palm Beach. His team already trails, so they can't afford mistakes. Easy plays being turned into errors.
It did look like a routine catch out there. I mean, he had plenty of time to get under it, and just unfortunate, might have lost it in the sun. But
I think he was in perfect position. I don't think he lost it. I think he just dropped it. And that'll bring home Machado, play at the plate, and he's out. Good throw by Ramon Varela out there in right field, able to get Machado out of the plate. That'll end the inning. 2 runs given up by Miami-Dade. They now trail by 6. We'll be right back in the bottom half of the 6th. We are back here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Miami-Dade trails by 6. And there's another good curveball by Jared Johnson to start off the at-bat to Jackie Urbaez. That in there for a strike. That curveball has been basically unhittable during this game. He's throwing it where he wanted it, when he wanted it. And he throws that fastball on the outside. And Jackie Urbaez couldn't hold his swing. So it'll be 0-2, Jackie Urbaez in a hole. And they're swung on, ground to second, and Swinley Lint unable to make that grab. He would have had a pretty tough throw with the speedy Urbaez, but that should go down, and it will go down as an E4.
It's impressive Urbaez running like that even after that big collision.
Yeah.
I mean, impressive player, impressive toughness. These guys do not want to go home.
They don't, and that definitely played a part into it. He knows that there's not a better second baseman on this team than him. And he wants to stay in the ballgame. He wants to be there for his team. And he'll play through injury to do it.
That's right. Some huge competitors out here as Ramon Varela is up to bat.
And another curveball outside corner. That's a strike. Miami-Dade, they haven't gotten used to that curveball. Jared Johnson has thrown it as the first pitch to a lot of batters. So I'd go out there expecting it. That pitch fouled back into the netting. 0-2 now to Varela. And when he throws That curveball at 70 miles an hour, then goes right back with a 91 mile an hour fastball. That's tough. That's really tough. When you throw that curveball down and out, and that fastball up and in, that was a good pickoff move. Shakir Baez back in, but that was a very good move by Jared Johnson. And another curveball. That one hits him off his leg. That looked like it was off the bottom of the cleat because he's not limping at all. That'll be a hit. And now Miami-Dade has runners on first and second, no outs to start off this inning. Brian Ray, Miami's best hitter. We've said it a couple times. He struck out and he flew out to right field. In his previous two at-bats, no hits on the day for him. Takes that first pitch in the dirt. 1-0 to start him off. And another curveball. That one grounded past the diving Morick over there. And that will bring home a run for Miami. That's the first run that Miami has been able to put on the board. And it comes off the bat of Brian Ray with his first hit of the game.
And some great hustle there. I mean, Urbaez coming home. It really is just awesome. And you know, you'd expect it from Brian Ray. He's got a .408 batting average on the year, the highest of this Miami-Dade Sharks team. A great job getting a man home, and now we've got runners on first and second.
And now if you look over to the Palm Beach bullpen, they got a man warming up. Jared Johnson's pitched really well, but he's in a situation. Curveball inside. Called a ball. Christian Garabedian, not the guy that you want to throw a hanging curveball inside to. Garabedian comes up with no outs. Runners on first and second. There's a fastball outside for a ball. Two 2-0 the count now to Garabedian, and Varela will go out. There will be a meeting on the mound. Pitching coach out there to talk to him. We'll be right back after this conversation is over. We're back here after that brief conversation on the mound. 2-0 count to Garabedian. Jared Johnson finds himself in a situation. Fastball outside. Good stop by Varela, able to keep that ball in front of him. 3-0 now to Garabedian. Garabedian hit .383 on the season. Move over to second. No throw. 3-0 pitch. Garabedian looking to put down a bunt. Takes that pitch for a strike. 3-1. And that just goes to show you how this JUCO Region 8 style of play is different. One of the power hitters for Miami-Dade. 3-0 count, likely going to be a fastball. There's no outs, and he's willing to sacrifice himself to put two runners in scoring position. And swung on. That's a popper. That could be trouble out. And that is Morales making the catch. That'll be the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Danny Madejar. Madejar. 4 home runs, 48 RBIs on the season with a .348 batting average. And as I'm looking at the stats for Miami-Dade's offense, I looked at Jackie Urbaez. He's played in all 50 games this season for Miami-Dade. And I think that also went through his mind when he was about to get injured. Danny Madejar grounds out to third. Hesitation out there by Evan Morick. He was going to try to make the throw, the throw across the infield to first, but he recognized that he had the ability to step on third, get the lead runner. If he recognized that faster, I think he could have gotten 2. Because Garabedian not the fastest runner down the first base line. 2 outs now.
And you were talking about Urbaez with playing in all 50 games. That just shows how he's such a tough kid, a competitor, really big contributor for this team.
There's a pop-up. That'll stay in the infield. Morick right there. And he's able to make the catch, get out of this inning. And Jared Johnson able to get out with only allowing 1 run. 1 run on 2 hits. 2 men left on base. We'll be right back in the top half of the 7th inning. Palm Beach's lead now at 5. Pitcher change.
We have a pitcher change for Miami-Dade College. That's number 35, Jason Grana. He's a freshman right-hander for this Sharks team.
He takes over for Eddie Demarius. Demarius ends the day at 6 innings pitched, 8 hits, 6 runs given up, all earned, and he recorded 4 strikeouts. Leading off this inning for Palm Beach, the left fielder, James Buckley. That pitch taken in the dirt. 1-0 to start him off. Takes that pitch inside the zone. 1-1. Buckley, 1 for 3 on the day. He had that ground rule double in the first inning. There's a grounder. That'll bounce foul. So 1-2 now to Buckley. Buckley has hit .358 on the year, drove in 46 RBIs. He had 19 doubles and 5 triples. Led this team in triples during the regular season and doubles. And he was tied for the lead in home runs. So big power from the left fielder, as we saw that in the deep ground rule double in the left center. One-two pitch, swung on a miss. Strike 3. That'll sit down Buckley to start off this inning.
And a good start there for Jason Grana. That always gets your confidence up. Has the first at-bat strikeout.
That'll bring up Matt Morales, the shortstop. Morales, 1 for 3 on the day with a strikeout. Big swing and a miss at that first pitch. Now down the count, 0-1. And another big cut and another big miss. 0-2 now. Grana showing that he has the ability to get swings and misses.
That's right. That last pitch was clocked in at 70 miles per hour.
Good off-speed pitch. And another off-speed pitch. That was a curveball. 72 miles an hour. Big swing, big miss by Matt Morales. 2 consecutive strikeouts to start off the day for Jason Grana. Evan Morik comes up.
That's the way to start your pitching debut at the Florida State tournament.
Morik is 1 for 2 on the day with a sacrifice hit and an RBI. He had that infield hit to Eddie Demarius that went off his leg and he wasn't able to get the throw over to first in time. 2-0 to start off Morik. That pitch clocked at 54. 54 miles an hour. That's the slowest that we've seen here, as far as I remember. There's a grounder. Rojas over at short, and not in time, past Garabedian. That's going to be down as an infield hit. That throw wasn't going to be in time anyway. And they call it an error. They called that an error on Rojas. That looked like Evan Morik would have beat that out anyway. But nevertheless, it's an error. Error charged. Third one of the day to Miami-Dade. First pitch to Derek Schwimmer, taken on the outside. 66. Those are the two slowest pitches I've seen at this tournament, both by Jason Grana. That pitch outside. 2-0 now. 84 on that one.
Grana's really changing up the pitches here. Throwing some sliders, some fastballs.
We've seen a 30-mile-an-hour difference between his fastest and his slowest pitch That pitch inside and low. Now 32 mile an hour after that 86 mile an hour fastball. (3-0) to Schwimmer. 2 for 2 on the day with a walk. And that pitch in there. 3-1 now. We haven't seen many green lights on 3-0 pitches. I don't remember any, actually. And that one's cut at. Fouled back into the netting. 3-2. Grana has come back in this count. Now it's full. Morick over there on first. 2 outs for Palm Beach. 3-2 pitch. Off of the pitch was Morick, and that pitch is fouled off. So we'll try it again. 3-2. Once more to Schwimmer. The wind's starting to pick up, and now, first time we've seen this, it's blowing right to left. It's been blowing left to right most of the time in this tournament. That pitch fouled back. Once more, we'll have a 3-2 pitch to Schwimmer.
That foul ball almost took out one of the speakers under the overhang. Good thing it didn't hit any fans around the area, so still a 3-2 count for James Buckley.
Those speakers are well constructed. They can take it.
So we mentioned a beautiful facility out here. This is where the Detroit Tigers play their spring games.
Home of the Lakeland Flying Tigers during the regular season. That pitch singled up the middle to center. That'll put runners on first and second. Good piece of hitting by Schwimmer. He's now 3 for 3 on the day. That'll bring up Joendrick Donchie. Donchie on the day. He's 0 for 0 after recording 3 plate appearances. He reached on an error. He's been walked. And he had a sacrifice bunt. Joendrick Donchie batted just under 300 at 299 on the year. And he pops that ball up. Mondejar will look, and that will keep going out of play in the stands. Oh, and 1 to start off Donchie. That pitch fouled off. 0-2 now. Men on first and second. 2 outs for Donchie. And swung and a miss, strike 3. Jason Grana strikes out the side. 3 swinging strikeouts. We'll be right back in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Palm Beach still leads 6-1. We are back here in the bottom half of the 7th inning, leading off for Miami-Dade. Left fielder Ronnie Penalto. Miami-Dade trails by 5. They have 9 more outs. Penalto takes that first pitch for a strike. 0-1. Jared Johnson's still in there for Palm Beach. That pitch fouled straight down, bounces over Varela and the umpire. That'll be 0-2.
So, Chris, how would you compare the play of Jared Johnson compared to what we saw the other night of Kyle Farjad on the mound?
Kyle Farjad was the winning pitcher. And if the score still stands how it is, then Jared Johnson will also be the winning pitcher. Both of them very good command, getting ahead early in counts. That pitch hitting in the gap between right and center. And in its second with a double is Penalto. Leadoff double to start off the inning for Miami-Dade. Both of them got ahead in counts early, able to throw what they wanted, when they wanted, where they wanted, all that. So I'd say very similar between the two.
Both two very talented pitchers.
That'll bring up Bruce Martin, the designated hitter.
However, we have A.J. Puigserver pinch hitting for him.
We do. That's a good call. I didn't notice that. It hadn't been announced yet.
So no outs. Runner on second and a fresh count for Puigserver. The righty batter going against the lefty pitcher, Johnson. Pitch coming in. It'll be a big swing and a miss. Strike one.
That pitch way outside. That'll be 1-1 now. Puigserver pinch hit early in the tournament for Miami-Dade. Second time we've seen him. He pinch hit in that the run rule against Chipola.
Puigserver, a sophomore out of Doral Academy High School. He's listed at 5'10", weighing in at 209. He's got a 1-1 count now with 0 outs as Johnson prepares to throw a pitch out, and that'll be called a ball.
2-1 now. Man on second. Trey Johnson still throwing over 90. That pitch low for a ball. 3-1 now. If Miami-Dade can come back, this will be the inning to do it. They have a leadoff runner in scoring position with no outs. And foul back. 3-2 now. Full count to Puigserver. Pitch coming in. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. Big strikeout by Jared Johnson. That'll be the first out of the inning. That'll bring up third baseman Edgar Martinez. Martinez 1 for 2 on the day. Single into left field in his first at bat. Struck out in his second. And that is a grounder over to Lint at second. He'll make the play over at first, but Able to move over to third was Penalto. So runner on second, or runner on third, I apologize. 2 outs. And that'll be Jackie Urbaez up at bat.
And that hit, you can't really complain for Edgar Martinez. I mean, he advanced his runner from second to third.
Yeah, but with 2 outs, it doesn't change much because the base hit's going to score anyway. The only thing that would make a difference would be if a pass ball got by Varela, but we've seen very good defense behind the plate by Varela.
So an 0-1 count now.
Oh, wow. What a scoop. And that hit, never mind, that hit Jackie Urbaez, but still a very good scoop by Varela. Like I said, good defense.
Man, Urbaez taking a beating today as he
sure is.
Earns that first base, and now a runner on first and third.
That brings up Ramon Varela.
Varela with a .367 batting average on the year. He's got 34 RBIs.
Benito Varela will go out to the mound to talk things over with his pitcher. Varela had 34 RBIs on the season. That pitch taken low for a ball, 1-0. He's a good opportunity to cut into this deficit for his team. They trail by 5. Off with a pitch was Urbaez. Throw down in time. He's out. What a throw by Benito Varela. We saw Danny Mondejar make a great throw earlier in the game, and now we see Varela show that he's got a great arm as well. That'll be it for the Sharks in this half inning. No runs scored. We'll be right back in the top half of the 8th. Miami-Dade still trails by 5. We're back here in the top half of the 8th inning. Leading off for Palm Beach is the second baseman, Swinley Lint. Lint 0 for 2 on the day with a walk. And he was caught on a pickoff move. So Palm Beach 6 outs away from moving on. Lint fouls that ball back into the netting. 0-1. 0-1 pitch. That was 49 miles an hour.
By far the slowest we've seen.
49.
That pitch looked like it had some loft on it even.
That was an attempt at an eephus. And that pitch is skied into left field. Getting under it is Penalto, and he makes the grab. That's incredible. I've never seen an eephus thrown in person. That wasn't a very good one, but...
And Chris, why don't you brief the viewers on what an eephus is?
An eephus, essentially, is a very, very, very extremely slow curveball that breaks about 3 feet, maybe more. Not really seen in the majors too much. There's actually a couple videos of Jason Worth, outfielder for the Nationals, getting frozen on a couple eephuses. Every time he just looks up at the radar and just stares. And I can't really blame him because that's an incredible pitch to watch go by you. So Benito Varela up at bat.
And Jason Grana, the pitcher for Miami-Dade, he's really just got an arsenal of pitches. He's got a whole bunch up his sleeve as he's...
Yeah, we've seen him throw 5 or 6 different pitches.
You know, as low as, 49, and then getting up pretty high, I think, in the 80s. That last pitch at 87.
Seen him throw the fastball, changeup, curveball, slider, now the eephus. See if he's got anything else.
He must be the secret weapon for Miami-Dade.
Well, he hasn't given up any runs. And there's a big cut, big miss by Varela. That's another strikeout. That's 4 on the day for Grana. All of them off big cuts and misses. So.
And now number 9, Ramon Machado will try and do his best against Jason Grana's pitches. You never know what you're going to get with Grana as he winds up to throw. And that'll be called a strike.
That's the fastest pitch that we've seen him throw at 86. Tied for the fastest. Machado 0 for 2 on the day with a reach on an error. Now 0-2 the count. And that pitch fouled by Machado. He tried to check his swing, but he got contact. So it'll stay 0-2. That pitch high. Like I said earlier, Machado being 5'6". Small strike zone. Knees to the chest. A lot smaller than a player that we saw earlier. Ronaldo Rivera. Comes in 6'6". We'll see him later in the day. 1-2 now.
As you say that, Chipola and Santa Fe both enter. They go to sit in the stands as they await for their what's scheduled to be a 4 o'clock game. It'll be played following this game.
That pitch outside, 2-2 now to Machado. Grana trying to keep his team in this game. He's done a very good job at that. He's only allowed 1 hit. And that pitch is in there for a called strike 3. That is the 5th strikeout of the day in 2 innings for Jason Grana. That'll end the inning. And Miami-Dade now 3 outs away from having their season end. We'll be right back in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Excuse me, Miami-Dade 6 outs away. Now we'll be back.
And we've got a new pitcher on for Palm Beach State College. That's number 21, Vince Coletti, the 6'2", 215-pound sophomore from Hollywood, Florida.
He takes over for Jared Johnson. Jared Johnson finishes his day, 7 innings pitched, 6 hits given up, 1 run it was earned, given up 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. Good performance on the day for Jared Johnson, and he's left his team with a 5-run lead. He's in line for the win as of right now, unless Miami-Dade can score 5 runs in the next 6 outs. Leading off for Miami-Dade, the right fielder Ramon Varela. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a walk. He flies that ball deep into right field. That'll go foul. 1-1 to start him off. Miami-Dade hasn't put together much offense. They've put together a couple instances where they could make out of an inning with a couple of runs, but they haven't been able to execute with 2 outs or with runners in scoring position. 2-2 now to Varela. We saw Vince Coletti earlier in the tournament, had a good performance. Two-two pitch to Varela, and taken inside. 3-2, full count now. And big cut, foul tip, strikeout. That put Varela on the ground. He swung out of his shoes on that pitch. That'll be the first out of the inning and a first batter strikeout for Vince Coletti. Brian Ray comes up. Needs to do something for his team. Swinley Lynch shifted over to his right, more towards the middle of the field, up the middle. In the outfield, Joandrick Donchie, he's shaded over way to the left, his right. A pitch outside, 2-0 now to Brian Ray. We haven't seen much defensive shifting in this tournament, if any at all. It's been a couple of steps. And right up the middle, perfect scouting report. Swinley Lynch, exactly where that ball was hit. That'll be the second out of the inning. 4 outs away for Palm Beach to move on and face either Chipola or Santa Fe. Big cut by Christian Garabedian. He comes up, 2 outs, 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Unable to make contact with it was Garabedian. Oh, 1 pitch. That was inside, taken for a ball. 1-1 now. Garabedian had 67 hits on the season. There's a foul ball towards his own dugout. It'll be 1-2. We've seen very good pitching by Palm Beach today. And that 7-inning performance by Jared Johnson. Now, Vince Coletti has put himself in a very good position to get out of here with no hits given up. 2-2 now. Fastball taken outside. And swung on, grounded over to first base. On to make the play was Balin Sparks, and that's the end of the inning. Now Miami-Dade 3 outs away from having their season end early. No walks, no hits, no runs, no men left on base. We'll be right back in the top half of the 9th. Palm Beach will look to add some insurance runs. Miami-Dade will look to not allow that. And they'll look to try to bounce back in the bottom half of the 9th. Score a few runs, keep their season alive. We'll be right back. We're back here in the top half of the 9th inning. Palm Beach leads Miami-Dade 6-1. Balin Sparks will lead it off for Palm Beach. He had that opening home run to start off this game, and he had a base hit to right field. He's 2 for 4 on the day. Palm Beach will look to add a couple insurance runs to their total today. They already lead by 5. But they know how high-powered this Miami-Dade offense can be. Haven't shown it today, but they know it's in there. First pitch fouled down the third base line. 0-1 to start off Sparks. Balin Sparks, like I said earlier, batting .398 on the year. That'll go up a little bit after this game. That ball's in the dirt. 1-1.
Balin Sparks looking to start this 9th inning how he started the game with that deep home run towards the Corona Cabana. So still 1-1 count for Balin Sparks. No outs, no runners on base.
Jason Grana still out there for Miami-Dade. He's pitched well so far. There's a grounder over to third On to make the play is Martinez. And Sparks is out to start out this 9th inning. That'll bring up James Buckley. James Buckley is 1 for 4 today with a strikeout. Grana struck him out in his first at bat against him when he came in the 7th inning. He's looking to finish off a 3-inning relief appearance. That pitch taken for a ball. One or no. One-oh pitch to Buckley. Swung on, hitting the gap. That could drop, and it will. That should be extra bases. And he will stop at second with 2 outs, with 1 out. Now Palm Beach has a runner in scoring position. They have Matt Morales coming up to bat for them. Second double of the game for Buckley. Morales batting .310 on the year. Drove in 31 RBIs. Struck out 32 times. Man on second, 1 out. That pitch in there for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 now to Morales. The first runner in scoring position second. He had an error. That put a runner in scoring position in the 7th inning against Grana. Oh, 2 now to Buckley. Now that's the highest pitch, hardest pitch that we've seen from Grana at 87. Oh, 2 count to Buckley. Swung on, grounded over to short. That's Jose Rojas with the amazing throw, and he's out. What a play by Jose Rojas. Oh, with showing signs of Jose Reyes.
Great athleticism there, throwing across the body. That takes some strength.
Just got Morales there by a step as we take a look at the replay. Going to his right, making the off-balance throw, turning the body. Good scoop over there by Garabedian. That pitch skied shallow right. Who's going to get it? That'll be caught by Baez. That'll end the inning for Palm Beach. They get a runner in scoring position but can't score him. Their lead heading into the bottom of the 9th will be 5. The Miami-Dade Sharks will try to keep their season alive. They have 3 outs to do so. We'll be right back. We're back here in the bottom half of the 9th inning. Miami-Dade trails by 5. In this elimination game, they have 3 outs to score 5 runs. Let's see if they can muster up any offense. Leading off, the catcher, Danny Mondejar. Mondejar led his team with 48 RBIs on the season. He has no runners in scoring position, so an RBI here is unlikely. And that hit him. No, it's a foul ball. That went off the handle of the bat. That'll be 0-2. Excuse me, 1-1. Unlucky break there for Mondejar. Vince Coletti still in for Palm Beach, as Mondejar waves and misses of that. 1-2 now. 93-mile-an-hour fastball that was. And a curveball. Grounded over to Lint over at second. Makes the play at first. Mondejar, first out of the inning.
And a great job by Lent getting that over. A very routine play. So 1 out, 2 outs left until this game is over.
Jose Rojas, who made that wonderful play in the last half inning, up to bat. Comes on with 1 out. First pitch taken outside. 1-0. That pitch taken high. 2-0 now. That pitch high and tight. 3-0. 3 straight balls to Rojas from Coletti. .30 pitch. That's taken high. Rojas draws a walk. 4-pitch walk. That'll put a man on for Ronnie Penalto. Penalto doubled to right center field in his last at bat. Struck out twice otherwise. Comes on with a man on first. 1 out. First pitch taken for a ball. 1-0. And that pitch is swung on, skied to the left, way out of play. One count to Penalto. And a good curveball there by Coletti. 76 miles an hour right into the zone. So now it'll be 1-2 to Penalto. And he goes with it again. Gets it on the outside corner. Penalto strikes out looking. He's the second out of the inning. That'll bring up A.J. Puigserver. He pinch hit for Bruce Martin and struck out swinging in his first at bat. He's the DH. One out away for Palm Beach to move on. That pitch skied. That'll go out of play. Heads up to everybody in the stands. Oh, 0-1 to start off Puigserver. Man on first, 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th inning. That pitch skied. Another foul ball. 0-2. That was a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. I'd look for that really good curveball that Coletti has shown. Trying to end Puigserver and the season of Miami-Dade. And no, he goes fastball. Outside. It'll be 1-2. One and two now. And takes that pitch outside as well. Another fastball, 2-2.
Coletti, 2 straight balls.
And that curveball high and out. I think he threw that a pitch or two late. That'll work the count full. Good job by Puig server. 3-2 count. Man on first, 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th inning. Miami-Dade needs 5 runs without getting an out to keep their season alive. Off with the pitch was Rojas, and that pitch fouled back. So we'll try it again. 3-2. Rojas will be off with the pitch once more. And that pitch skied back. That'll be foul again into the stands. Still 3-2. Rojas getting tired over there. He's ran on that 3-2 pitch twice now. It'll be a third. And that one is fouled back. 3 straight foul balls by A.J. Puig server.
Puig server holding on to everything he's got to try and keep this season alive.
It seems like he's postponing the inevitable at this point.
Again with 2 outs, just a runner on first, and then a 3-2 count.
And that pitch is high. Puig server draws the walk. And that'll bring up Edgar Martinez. Kyle Forbes comes out to talk to Coletti. There's no action in the bullpen, so they probably have no thoughts of changing pitchers right now. So 2 outs, bottom of the 9th inning. Runners on first and second for Edgar Martinez. His team trails by 5. That pitch taken outside. 1-0 to start off Martinez. Martinez 1 for 3 today. Big cut, big miss. Evens up the count at 1-1. That pitch clocked at 91. That pitch in the dirt. Good block by Varela. Curveball in the dirt. 2-1 now. And another big cut, big miss by Edgar Martinez. 2-2. That'll even it up once more. 2-2, 2 outs, 2 men on, first and second. Bottom of the ninth inning. That pitch taken for a strike on the outside corner. Palm Beach moves on, and that will end the season for Miami-Dade. Good job by Palm Beach's pitchers, Jared Johnson and Vince Galletti, only allowing 1 run. Jared Johnson gets the win. Eddie Demarius gets the loss. This game ends 6-1. Palm Beach will move on to play tomorrow. We'll be right back. This next game against Santa Fe and Chipola, scheduled to start at 4:15 now. We'll give the grounds crew time to redo the field, and we'll give the players time to warm up. We'll be right back at 4:15, bringing you Chipola versus Santa Fe.